Kohati hopa, se hopa wena, tawastro asha, sawajevshe, sanajevshe. Good evening, everyone. And again, I just hope that everyone is well in light of what we've been experiencing lately. You know, it's very, very concerning, very serious. You know, as most experts have said, that if we're hitting that second wave now, you know, we're getting a real test and experiencing to the levels that not only worldwide, but in the nation and our state, and sadly to say in our own Pueblo Laguna communities here. So again, this video message is coming in hopes of, again, extending our condolences, our well wishes to our people here, those that have contracted the virus and are recovering, and hopefully they're going to recover. But sadly, as we know, we've had fatalities, we've had deaths within our community here. And even as recent as yesterday, let's hope and pray that we don't continue. But again, part of this communication and others are to encourage all of us to do what we can to be safe. And I am concerned again about the upcoming holiday, Thanksgiving that's coming. I want to make sure that everyone is safe, but also keep yourself safe and adhere to all the things that we're asking. Keep the Thanksgiving meal and to your own household is the overall message at this time. We don't want to see this community spread take off again in the way it has. I know there's mixed views and opinions on how this came about, but as we know, as I said, what it's showing is the second wave, or maybe the beginning of it, it has taken its toll, and it's taken its toll continually in all these efforts, you know, services, hospitals, you know, it's been strained greatly. And we can't take much more in hospitals and all these efforts, but now we got to do our part. And please do your best to consider all that we've been asking you to do, and I hope that you will be safe and happy and enjoy a good holiday with just the members of your household, but even within your household, use all precautions. So let me begin with this update. Our current COVID-19 cases update for Pueblo Laguna stands at 308 total positive cases. This is an increase of 17 positive cases within 2 days. 158 recovered, which we are glad for. 141 active cases, 6 hospitalized, and 1 additional death over 2 days, which brings the Pueblo's total deaths to 9 within the Pueblo of Laguna boundaries. The village COVID-19 active cases stand at the following: Siama active cases, 22. Ensenal active cases, 6. Parahi, 13 active cases. Laguna, 44 active cases. Masita, 24 active cases. Pawari, 7 active cases. And sadly, the Rainbow Center, 25 active cases. So with that, this past last council meeting on Friday, we had our discussions again in regard to the Executive Order Amendment number 2, which we were initially going to delay, but now it's caused us, and I have the support from the council last Friday to enact it, which went into effect last Monday evening, November 23rd at 7 p.m. And just very basically, that executive order amendment number 2 has been made available on our website, has been made hard copies for the villages, and those are being provided to village members. And I would ask that you take the time to make yourself familiar, read the order, and most of all is that much of the emphasis in the order is along what we call 5 areas. One of them is we call the 5 rules, and those we've been speaking to and cautioning all along, and that's really the 5 of washing your hands, wearing a mask, social distancing, not visiting other households. All of these are very important in these efforts. So read the order. The other thing of the 5, which I want to emphasize last, is the curfew. This curfew now is 7 days a week, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day. But aside from the hours that are not in curfew, we still need to be mindful of our decision making, our behavior, that we need to now acknowledge that it has caused us some very serious situations in each of our villages. Now, even more to adhere, comply, and to be safe overall, and I ask you to do so. The other is that the stay-at-home order in the amendment number 2 does speak to that again. Stay put, stay home, shelter in place, only essential. We've gone through this for the last 8 to 9 months now, so we should know now what we need to do to adhere and keep each other safe, and especially our households, our families, our elders, those with underlying health conditions. It's very sad that we have experienced these fatalities, and I hope we don't see many more or any more. So with that, be mindful of the order overall. It will be in effect until further notice. The other element that we provided is we started to issue the letter, we called a letter to each household within the 6 villages, communities of Laguna. So we did an initial one. The second letter has now been developed and it's been printed, and it will be going out hopefully to every household again. And hopefully that also is that communication that gives you the updates, and hopefully you'll support and understand why we need to be more than ever very careful about what we do in order not to have this community spread occur any longer. The COVID safe practices, we've got a lot of strain on our resources, so be patient, but also be careful, because if you do contract the virus and have to quarantine, again, most of you are having to do that in your homes because there aren't facilities, within the state. They're overwhelmed, and so there may not be places to take people. But we hope people can recover and be well, and also tell the story to others about not to get to where they contract this deadly virus. We want to seek that behavior change, better decision making overall, and all of us need to do that. So overall, in conclusion, I just want to again stress for our children, our elders, for all of our adults, let's do the best we can for each other. Talk with each other within your homes to remind each other this is a time now more than ever that we need to pull together. As a final request, as part of this video, I'm asking all our Laguna families on Thanksgiving Day to take a moment and have a moment of silence within your household. Maybe at the mealtime for the Thanksgiving meal, and maybe again in the evening. And do this to pray and reflect on, the people in our community for the safety and well-being of everyone, but especially for those that do have the virus, for their recovery, and also for the families that have lost loved ones recently through the COVID and other diseases. And keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers. I hope everyone will be safe and well. Again, make good decisions. Make behavior a priority in making sure that we don't harm others or put each other in harm's way. Continue to be educated and be good to one another overall. Take care of one another. If you do have needs, reach out to each other. And I ask everyone at this time to be strong as a Pueblo Laguna community. We can do that with what we know to be our traditional values and our households that promote and foster that these are our strengths. We need to rely on them even more now. So take care of one another. Be safe. I wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. And in the days going forward, holiday season, that please take every precaution. And with that, I thank you for this opportunity to read the information that's provided. And I wish you all the best.